Hey folks, today this video is going to be about exponents with negative powers. Okay, so we've got some variable raised to a negative exponent. This is just simply equal to 1 over a to the power of n, but we just have a positive exponent in the denominator. So a to negative n is equal to 1 divided by a to the power of n. That's all you need to remember for this lesson. Now, if we do a couple of problems, just so we get our head wrapped around what about negative exponents, get our head wrapped around it. I'm going to give you the first one, which is x to the negative 1. Now again, as we saw before, if we have some variable raised to a negative power, we just basically simply flip it and it becomes 1 over a to the power of n, but with a positive power. You remember that? Okay, so this, we're going to have 1 over x to the power of 1. But this x to the power of 1, remember our other video about exponents? It's just basically 1 over x. Because this 1 on top is just equal to x. So 1 is just, you just simply put x if you're being raised to first power. Now what we can do is if we have, we have x to the power of negative 2. Again, this is still a negative power. So we need to go 1 over x squared, because we just put the 1 there and we divide it by this here, but with a positive 2. Okay, it's that simple. It's really easy. You guys, when you practice it, you become experts at it. So what about 3x to negative 4? Now, as before, if we had x to the negative 1, well, imagine a 1 out in front. So this will simply be, that's why we get the 1 in the numerator. So this would be 1 over x to the power of 1. So think of this 1 in front of the x as implied, and this just becomes in the numerator. So in this case here, would have 3 over x to the power of 4. You see it? We've got the 3 there, the 3 goes there. We've got 1 there, the 1 goes there. Okay, it's that simple. Now, I'm going to give you some problems now that you just have to do by yourself. And it might be involved, some of the problems might involve adding exponents and then simply using the negative exponents rule to flip it. So the very first one will be, let's have a look. First one will be 2x to negative 4 times x to negative 1. How about I go through this one with you first, and then you can do some yourself, because this one you have to actually, you can simplify it by adding the exponents. So the 2 there is in the coefficient in front of x. Imagine a 1 there. So we just multiply coefficients, which become 2. So 2 times 1 is 2. And then x. Now here we've got negative exponents, but we can still add them. So this becomes negative 4 plus negative 1. So this here, we add, so basically we've got negative 4 plus minus 1. Well, it's just minus 1. So we've got negative 4 minus 1, which becomes 2x to negative 5 power. Now remember what we do here, we have to put the 2 out in the numerator and then divide it by x to the power of 5. We just turn that negative power into a positive power. So that's basically that problem done. It's that simple. The more you practice, the better you'll get at it, but this is just a video showing you how to do it. Right, I'm going to write one down for you to be able to practice. This is going to be 3x to negative 6 power times 2x to negative 1. What do you think that one will be? Give you a few seconds to be able to pause the video and do the problem yourself. Okay, so if you got 6 over x to the 7 power, you're correct. So basically we multiply the coefficients 3 and 2, which is 6, and we add the exponents, so this would be negative 7. So this becomes 6 divided by x to the 7. That's the problem done. If you got that one correct, give yourself a high five. You've done a great job. Let's do another one. I'll have some worksheets in the description so you can practice them yourself. And just think of it as a puzzle. It's very fun to solve when you get the problem correct. Okay, so what about this one? This one's a very big one. So x to negative 2 times 3x to negative 5 times 6x to negative 1 times y. This one can be a little bit tricky because if you imagine, remember what we did back before, we have to have the same basis to add the exponents. Well, this one we've got a different variable. So what are you going to do with this one here? Again, I'll let you do the problem and I'll just leave the video going for a few seconds. Okay, so if you got 18y divided by x to the power of 8, you have done a great job, because this one is a little bit tricky at first, and you deserve a high five. Well done if you got the one correct. But what you do with this problem is, again, you multiply the coefficient, so 1 times 3 times 6, which is 18, and we just add the exponents with the same, so we add the exponents, but the variables have to be the same base. So we go x to negative 2, x to negative 5, we just add these exponents. This becomes x to the negative 2 plus minus 5, which is negative 7. Negative 7, that's it. And then we've got this negative 1 here, so this will be negative 1. So again, it will be x to the negative 8. So we've got 1 times 3 times 6 is 18. We've got x to the power of negative 2 times x to the power of negative 5 times x to the power of negative 1. We just add all these exponents here, and we get negative 8, and then we just put the y out in front, because we can't add we can't add the exponents of y because they're different variables to all the other x's. So this will simply reduce to 18 y divided by x to the power of 8. Now, practice makes perfect. Just keep on practicing these and you'll be really good at it. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Just comment if you need me to make any videos about particular subjects. So, yeah, cheers guys. Have fun doing those problems.